This is a show that you'll want to pick your spots. Celebrate Cardinal athletics as we close out fall sports. Pound the floor, their seasons are no more. Sportsnight is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sportsnight. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. And it pains me to say some of these seasons are done with. I know it doesn't pain me as much as it pains the athletes and the coaches, but obviously it's sad when it's all over and said and done.
Always, despite even when those seasons didn't go as they had hoped, it's still sad to see them come to an end, and it means we're at the end of another season here on Sportsnight. We're going to wrap up the fall season next week. Still a little bit of business to do in the fall. The state tournament for cross country is coming up later this week, and the Cardinals will be well represented. We'll get to that in a moment, and we still have swimming and diving sections are still a couple of weeks out. But we're going to start by talking about the football team. Cardinals went into the 6A tournament last week knowing they would need something close to a miracle to pull off an upset. They were in Mounds View on Friday night facing a Mustang squad that had won 4 straight and had outscored their opponents 159-33 during that stretch. If the Cardinals had any advantage, it was that they had nothing to lose. Mustangs looking to start the scoring late in the first quarter, but Braden Waldron comes up with a pick at the goal line. He tries to get upfield, but he's not going to go very far. He's stopped up at about the 5-yard line. So a huge turnover, but the Cardinals start deep in their own end. A couple of plays later, a fumble on the exchange. Sam Crane is there to fall on it in the end zone, and Mounds View's defense starts the scoring, 7-0 Mustangs after 1. That turned out to be enough, but Mounds View gets insurance in the second. Mitchell Olson had scored twice in that quarter. This one from 19 yards out. He added another from 1 yard. He finished with 8 carries for 87 yards. Cardinals punting late in the half. Mustangs crash through. Joel Kostolnik gets the block. Colton Loween will recover in the end zone. Put the Mustangs up 28-0. 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Mounds View adds 2 more scores in the third. This one is pretty. Jacob Sampson with a little pump fake and then finds Weston Kuchar behind the defense. Mustangs end the Cardinals season with a 42-0 loss in the first round of the playoffs.
Obviously, tough opponent. We talked about last week that they were going to have their work cut out for them. And, you know, when you give up a defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown, it makes it even more difficult, especially when you're struggling to put points on the board. And, you know, it's an unfortunate ending to this season for the Cardinal football team. Unfortunately, they deserve better for sure.
They do, and you know they knew going in. I mean, it's a monumental challenge in the 6A tournament. There's only 32 teams in the state of Minnesota playing at the 6A level. They have 4 sections of 8 teams each. That means for the first round they switch over between the sections. But in the number 1 versus number 8 seed matchups in round 1 this year, the number 1 seeds outscored number 8 seeds by a score of 194-20.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's not that any of those 4 games was even close.
Nope.
I think you would be much better served across the board to give those number 1 seeds a bye and let the 4-8 seeds play amongst themselves to have a friendship game, and everybody ends the year on a little bit more positive note. But that's just me getting on my little soapbox.
You know, I think it makes sense. I think those number 1 seeds would love that bye, you know, because obviously it gives them a week to heal up a little bit and
it would
game
put
plan
a little bit more importance on each and every game all season long to get that number 1 seed.
I know we have a big following from the state high school league, so I'm sure they're watching.
I think there were only like 2 or 3 upsets across the entire tournament, and they were all, I think there was 1-6 over a 3 and 1-5 over a 4, and that might be it in the 6A tournament. This is just, of course, the Cardinal quadrant. Here you see, of course, Mounds View getting in. Prior Lake, there's a number 5 beating a number 4. Maybe that may have happened twice. STMA was a 6 seed getting past 3-seeded Stillwater, and Shakopee is the number 2 seed, winning pretty easily over Eastview. I did not calculate the 2v7s, but there were a lot of lopsided scores in that 2v7 bunch as well.
Oh yeah, and I know Centennial. They were also upset by Rochester Mayo. I think it was a pretty good game.
Maybe it was 4 upsets, but it's not a lot.
Nope,
and
not.
It's all in those middle ones.
Well, the volleyball team also opened its section tournament as the 8th seed facing the number 1, but in their case, a team they're very familiar with. The Centennial Cougars had 17 wins this season, including a rather dominant sweep of the Cards and a perfect 7-0 record against teams in Section 7. They took control early and kept the Cardinals from ever getting their hopes up. With just one win this season, the Cardinals are no strangers to being the underdogs, but they don't get down on themselves and they always play hard. Senior captain Bella Nelson has been a great leader all year. She led the offense again on Thursday, one of her many kills against the Cougars. But Centennial, they have so many weapons on their side of the ball, and all their big guns were firing. Elena Hockey leaves no question on this one. They win the first set 25-12. Cardinals playing from behind for the entire second set, but they had their points. Nelson again, great attack into the back corner. The looks on their faces, it's almost hard to believe they're losing. The Cougars got back to work. Quick set in the middle for Nora Leeser. Centennial had a 12-point run on their way to a 25-9 victory. Cardinals lose three great captains. Lydia Foster and Natalie Ashworth are the others. Ashworth with a kill right here. Coach Rositas raved about their leadership and the huge hole they will leave behind. Centennial's going to close it out quickly in the third set. Emma Peterson was dominant from the left side. One of her 10 kills as they sweep up on the Cards with a 25-7 win in the third.
Yeah, hard not to be impressed by that Centennial lineup, and we saw a lot of their deeper bench players, especially in that third set. But Hakey and Peterson especially. Leeser is pretty impressive as well. As we talked about last week, 5 girls 6 feet or better. And Peterson is not one of those 6-footers.
No, she's 5'8".
Yeah, and she's probably the scariest of their attack crew.
But Hakey at 6'3", she's dominant in the middle.
Yeah, they both had 10 kills. So they're going to be tough to get past. They feel like they're on their way to a state tournament berth. It would be their second time in 3 seasons. Blaine scores the upset over number 4 seeded Duluth East. All 4 matches ending 3-0, by the way. Anoka and Forest Lake showing they deserve those 2 and 3 seeds as they got past Andover and Cambridge Isanti, respectively. So unfortunately, we were not able to get a camera to the section tournament on Thursday because it was an historic day for the Cardinal cross-country teams. Lachlan Demmer, as we've talked about all season long, trying to get back to the state tournament. He didn't just get back to the state tournament. He's going as the section champion. Not sure how many times that has happened or when the last time was that the Cardinals had a section champion in cross country. They have sent guys and girls to the state tournament. Obviously, they hope they try to get at least one a year, if not more. They will get 2 this year from the boys squad. Owen James is the 5th individual qualifier at the section tournament with a 13th place finish. Chell Norquist came in 21st. Josh Hyatt was 36th, and Vossen was 40th as the Cardinals take 4th place out of the 8 teams. On the girls' side, Ruby Demmer is on her way to the state tournament as well. She finished 9th place overall in the section tournament, leading her team to a 7th place finish overall. Lily McKenzie finished in 41st with Bournes right behind her. Ryland and Fuller, the other top finishers for Coon Rapids. So, Cardinals sending 3 to the state tournament on Saturday rather.
Yep.
State tournament at Les Bolstad Golf Course on the University of Minnesota campus. Ruby Demmer, I think it's like the 8th fastest time in school history. If I'm not, I could be mistaken on that. Actually, I think she's top 3. And I think it's Lachlan was like top 8.
Right.
But both of them amazing. And Owen James, I believe, got into the sub-17 club for the first time with the 1652. So congratulations to him as well.
We wish them so much luck.
And yes, so excited for them. And what a great, it's always great to have some positive things to talk about on the show. And we will have hopefully some video of them at the state tournament next week on Sports Night, as again, we look to wrap up the fall season. Swimming and diving team still has about a week and a half to go before their section tournament. That will happen November 7th through the 9th at Northdale Middle School pool. And of course, we're going to do the review next week on Sports Night, and then we will have results of their section tournament when we kick off the winter season.
Boy, it goes fast, Joe.
A couple weeks after that.
It goes quick.
It does, and we got girls hockey tournament or girls hockey season set to drop the puck on the 9th, an afternoon affair at Eden Prairie. We will be there 3 o'clock at Eden Prairie Ice Arena. I've not been in that rink in 30 plus years. Kind of excited and always excited to see what the Fighting Bluebirds will bring. They will be at STMA on Tuesday the 12th.
Actually, the Gentry, I think, is it? No, North Wright County.
North Wright County. You're right. You are correct.
Yep,
At
yep.
Moose Sherrod Arena.
Yes.
You are correct. Get that man a lollipop.
Oh,
They
please.
have their home opener
the gum in the
on Tuesday the 19th when they take on the Rogers Royals. That'll be a great one, a conference and a section rival kicking
fun.
off the
Always
conference
fun.
season at home. So very excited to get them underway. Don't forget, we're going to wrap up the regular season for the fall sports next week on Sports Night. But that's going to do it for this edition. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.